From epic returns to calculated wrap-ups, there's a lot to talk about this week. If you've been keeping up with the adventures of the Super Family, you won't want to miss this fresh beginning. We have a few detectives making the list, and there are some shadow operatives shrouded in mystery. But even more exciting, we have a calculated wrap-up and an all-out gang war that's going to redefine the future of an entire universe. Action Comics 1047. This is going to be the epic return to Earth by Cowles after everything that's going on in Philip Kennedy Johnson's Warworld saga. It was absolutely phenomenal, and I encourage you to check that out as soon as you get a chance. But if you've been missing all the fun and excitement that he's been delivering on, you definitely want to get in on this jumping on point as we see Kal-El return to Earth. We're definitely going to get a reunion with his family. The solicit for this book is teasing some new characters, and more importantly, this is the beginning of the march toward issue 1050 of Action Comics. Batman Beyond the White Knight number 5. This is going to be a fun return from the little break we took to move into the origin of the Red Hood in this particular universe. Batman Beyond is a character I love, and the White Knight stuff has been absolutely phenomenal. I'm really excited to see what happens when Terry McGinnis and Bruce Wayne finally come head to head, to see what goes down at Max Power's facility. And it's really interesting to find out more about what's going on with the Joker being in Batman's head and how he's been introduced in this universe. I think this is a 6-issue series, so we're not quite at the end, but we're definitely moving toward the end game, and I'm excited to see how things start to come together as all those pieces start to merge. Superman Space Age number 2. This first book was 100 pages uninterrupted, a completely new and unique origin story for Superman and the Justice League. And we got many origin stories for Batman, for Green Lantern, and for Wonder Woman in that first issue. So I'm excited to see them as the Justice League in this second volume. The first one was definitely value-packed, and I'm expecting more of the same out of the second issue. I do believe that we've seen the Flash on the cover, so he should be coming into the fold. I wouldn't be surprised if some other characters make an appearance, and I'm sure we're going to get a lot of great dynamics where we see these characters learning to work together as we explore more of this alternate history, new origin sort of piece. Ram V's Detective Comics 1064. This series has been a whole lot of fun so far. We're only 2 issues in, so there's not a lot to say here, but it's definitely a unique take on Batman. It's using a lot of elements that I wasn't really sure how much I would actually enjoy. There's a lot of gothic elements. There's a lot of sort of symphony and overture themes going on. We've been introduced to Two-Face, and he's very different in this take. He wears a mask. It's very interesting. We've also met Maestro. There's a family with a connection to the Arkhams that is returning to Gotham, so that's going to be interesting. The vibe of the book and the interesting storytelling, the way it's like very decompressed. So I'm hooked in for a long time on this series already. I love Ram V's writing, and I'm excited to see where it all goes. The Human Target number 7. This is the triumphant return of Tom King's Human Target series. We've seen Christopher Chance take a bullet for Lex Luthor, but he was also poisoned, and so he's been kind of gumshoeing around to try to figure out who tried to kill Lex Luthor and probably why they tried to kill him. More importantly, he wants to get revenge for his death before he actually leaves this world. Jet setting with ice for most of the series so far, and so she's definitely going to be there, but this issue is going to focus on fire. And so it's going to be interesting to see what kind of drama and dynamic gets opened up and unfolded whenever fire and ice meet. Blood Syndicate Season 1, Issue 5. This has been an absolute blast of a series. In the last issue, we saw Holocaust arrested by the police, and from within the police station, he basically blasted his way out. The Blood Syndicate tried to do their best to contain him, but they were pretty ineffective. They were still learning their team dynamics. They don't really have a clean way of going about what they're doing. But at the end of the issue, we saw Holocaust burn down the bridge connecting Paris Island to the rest of Dakota. He's decided he is going to take the entire island hostage. We were introduced to a lot of classic but new characters in the last issue, and so I'm sure they're going to become part of the syndicate. I've really enjoyed what's going on, and I'm excited to see how everything's going to play out as we get this final fight with Holocaust. A Calculated Man number 4. This is going to be the final issue in this series, as best as I can tell. Everything in this run so far has been an absolute blast. Jack Beans is a really quirky and interesting character. He basically was a bad guy that broke good. He's been fighting and killing the Keyes crime family because basically they were going to take him out first. He knows too many of their secrets. And at the same time, he also has been protected by U.S. Marshals in the Witness Protection Program. So killing people kind of not really cool with the U.S. Marshals. So we also have Jack Bean's girlfriend, Vera, that we've seen them meet, but I think there's a lot more that meets the eye there. I suspect she either works for the Keyes crime family or she works for the U.S. Marshals. It should be interesting to see how these two characters come together in the end of all of this, and we get this calculated wrap-up. The Department of Truth number 21. Now, to be straight up honest with you, I missed 2 or 3 issues somewhere in the mix. I can't wait to go back and read them and kind of catch up and fill in those blanks. Essentially, in this last issue, we found out about the Ministry of Lies, which is Russia's answer to the Department of Truth. We also have the Department of Truth, still up to no good, but Cole is very dedicated to them. And then we also have this Black Hat group that has revealed a lot of secrets that Cole probably didn't want his husband to know. A lot of secrets have come out in the last issue, and a lot of characters have been mixed into the fold. We're unlocking a lot of drama here, and it's going to be exciting to see how things continue to evolve and play out. Nice House on the Lake is back with issue number 10. Feels like it's been a little bit of a minute, even despite the hiatus. I really enjoyed this series. I think after the hiatus, there was this weird sort of reset, and we retreaded a lot of ground. It's really picked up since then, and all of the twists and turns and retreading have started to make a lot more sense. I don't exactly know where it's going to go at this point because we've seen that the trap has been set and reset and then turned on its head. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out and if our main characters escape or if horror truly is their fate. Those are the books that I am most excited about that are coming out this week. I can't wait to talk about them on At Week's End over on Legion of Comics. You can find our chat about last week's books right here. See you next time.